Last week, I had the opportunity to speak with a high school senior who, given his interest in pursuing a career in medicine, I'm mentoring. He's an extremely hard-working, bright, kind, and respectful student. I called him to check in on his college selection process and grew immediately concerned when I heard sniffles and a shaky voice on the other end of the line. When I inquired if he was okay, he answered no. In fact, he told me he had been crying. His response took me quite by surprise. After a long pause and more tears, he shared that school had just been canceled for the remainder of the year, and along with it, his much anticipated final season of high school baseball. "Doc," he said, "I'm just so disappointed. It's so hard that things just keep getting ruined." Though I don't recall the words of encouragement I offered, in full candor, it was a bit of a relief to know he didn't have COVID-19 and that his family members were well. Upon hanging up the phone, I reflected on our conversation and thought about how he was not alone in experiencing deep disappointment. In our own world, commencement and thesis defenses are now done via Zoom. STEP exams for medical students have been delayed. Birthday celebrations, weddings, and funeral services have been postponed or forced to be much smaller. And many parents working from home must share space with their cooped up and restless children, inevitably leading to frustrations and flare-ups throughout the day. Frankly, there's just a lot of disappointment everywhere we turn. What makes it worse is the uncertainty that comes with not knowing when this ordeal will end. We look forward to returning to work and to school, only to be told of further delays. We learn about the importance of increased testing capacity, only to find out that the presence of antibodies may not allay concerns about the possibility of becoming reinfected. We hear that the surge is behind us, only to see that our clinical affiliates are admitting even greater numbers of sick patients. We're asked to use our vacation days, only to realize that it isn't feasible to travel or enjoy time with family and friends. The natural reaction to these realities, of course, is disappointment. But we know that feeling like this all the time is just not good for the soul. So what can we do? For me, I've been trying to find the positives of moments shared, which I admit is easier said than done. Mary Ellen and I have had dinner alone each night for the past 5 weeks. Now that's a record for us, and I've been able to appreciate that our time together is so special, and I'm the beneficiary of home-cooked meals from the best chef in Worcester. We've been able to enjoy walks in our neighborhood, talks over breakfast without my having to run out the door, and more than a dance or two in the kitchen. We've spent lots of time with our children, albeit on FaceTime, and are treated to nightly calls from our granddaughter, who insists on talking with her Grampy Doc before she heads to bed. With travel restrictions in place, I've not been on a plane for 2 months, which certainly is the longest stretch of staying put that I can recall. This affords me opportunities to communicate regularly with students, faculty, staff, elected officials, and donors. And given that our donors are home as well, they can't hide from my phone calls. And this is a definite plus. And I've been proud to share with them the wonderful things that you are doing for our medical school. The truth is, I've had my moments of disappointment too. I love spring, mentee dinners, the excitement of the match, and the unbridled joy and sense of fulfillment that our graduates and their families bring to our commencement festivities. Also, I'm tired of watching sports when I know who wins. But when all is said and done, I'm so pleased to be at our medical school during these challenging times. I find solace in knowing what our community can contribute to the future of health education and research, in the commitment of those on the front lines, and in the difference we can make in the world. That's what I choose to think about when the fog of disappointment seeps in. I do remember one thing I told my young student mentee. I suggested that there will be many times in life when disappointment enters his world. It's fine to cry, but when the tears are gone, it will be how he turns disappointment into opportunity and sadness into joy that will define the finest moments of his life. At this unprecedented moment, I offer this reflection to you as well. Please accept my sincere thanks for all you are doing and for your continued support and encouragement. If you can, turn disappointment into opportunity and sadness into joy. And try a dance or two in the kitchen.